Hey vlog, long time no see. Sorry I've been a bit disappeared over the last several months. But I figured since it was Mental Health Awareness Week, it might be a good time for me to make a comeback. And if you've just rolled your eyes and gone, oh, not another one, totally get that, that's fine. But there'll be some good stuff in here too, so stick around. It's been, like I said, a few months, so I thought I would give you a life update basically about what I've been up to since I think October was the last time I spoke to you guys. So yeah, I will give you a quick update on what's been happening because it's been super busy and also not very productive at the same time, so that's coming your way. So yeah, I think October was the last time I spoke to you guys. So I guess I start in November. I didn't have a great November. Like I'd said last time, I'd moved into Glasgow, moved through to Glasgow, moved to uni. The uni kind of told us before the start of semester that, you know, stuff would be in person and there'd be like in-person classes and we'd be able to go to all the labs and all that kind of stuff. As it turned out, at least during the first semester, that wasn't as true as it might have seemed. The uni had this policy where they couldn't have more than 50 people in a class, so our class sizes got like cut in half. So you could only go to class like every other week. And yeah, like because I was away every now and again, like I just didn't like meet anybody in Glasgow, so I didn't have any friends in Glasgow, and all my friends were through here. So yeah, I had a bit of a hard time adjusting to life in Glasgow. So I've actually moved back to Edinburgh. That is, I'm now living in Leith, but more on that later. So yeah, November wasn't the best. I did watch all of Downton Abbey though. I have never seen Downton Abbey before, so I binge watched that in November and actually it was boss. So I'm very excited for the new movie whenever that comes out. I got invited to see our aircraft carrier, the HMS Prince of Wales, which is down in Portsmouth. I say I've never been to Portsmouth. I think I have as a small child, but as somebody who remembers it, I've never been to Portsmouth. Portsmouth was quite cool as well. But yeah, the ship was awesome and meeting all the like lovely people on board. It was really good experience. It was great fun. I chopped my hair, which lots of people were upset by. Just needed a change. It's grown back though. I mean, you can't really see it at the moment because it's in braids, but it's kind of down to here now. So it's coming back. I went to Portobello quite a lot. I love the beach, so I was hanging out at Portobello quite a lot. I went up Arthur's Seat one time and I got a message afterwards, which is the sweetest thing. I got a message from somebody afterwards who was like, oh, I thought that was you I saw up Arthur's Seat. And I was like, oh my God, I got recognised. Oh my God, I'm cool enough to be recognised. It was the coolest thing. So shout out to that person. That was adorable and it made my day. So I was also down at the British Shooting Show at some point as well. I was invited down by the NSRA to kind of be on the stand and chat to people. So it was really nice to meet some of you guys down there. That was nice. December was a bit better. Like I was starting to feel a bit better by December. I graduated again. I graduated from Edinburgh with my postgraduate diploma in performance psychology. It's only a diploma at the moment because I didn't finish my dissertation. I decided once I came back from Tokyo that I just didn't have enough headspace or room on my plate to manage the dissertation as well. So I've postponed it. I will go back and do it and upgrade my PG Dip to an MSc. I graduated with my PG Dip, which I was very happy about. And it was in the McEwan Hall, which I guess if you know Edinburgh, you probably know. If you don't, it's this beautiful, huge, massive building that was, I think, created for graduations for Edinburgh Uni, and it's just stunning. And being in there was really cool. So that was a really fun experience. We also had a Primal Ceilidh, Primal gym that I go to, that I now work at. Again, more on that later. We had a Ceilidh at the start of December for like Christmas Ceilidh. Oh, for those of you who don't know, a Ceilidh is a Scottish dance. You do lots of like Scottish dancing. It was really good fun. So we did that and that was a blast. That was great fun. December was a bit of a just like experience month. I guess I had like a couple of exams and things. But yeah, most December was mostly just like, have lots of fun. Holly came to visit, which was fab. I hadn't seen her for ages at the time. So we did loads and loads of cool stuff. We went snowboarding at, it used to be called Escape. I think it's now like Into Braehead or something. But there's like an indoor snowboard slope thing in Glasgow. So we went snowboarding. We went trampolining, which is at the same place, I think. We went crazy golfing with one of her friends, and it's like crazy golf with like drinks though. It was like cocktail crazy golf at this place in Glasgow, which was like awesome and hilarious. It was just, I think I lost. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be rubbish at that kind of thing. I also would not be surprised if Holly won, because Holly always wins. So yeah, like that was she came up I think for 3 or 4 days, and it was just a blast. Like we had a great time. I also moved out of Glasgow in December. I was only there for about 3 months, but yeah, I moved all of my stuff just before Christmas time. Essentially moved back to my parents for a couple of days. I got my keys to this place on the 23rd. So I got my keys and I moved like 1 carload of stuff in or something. But yeah, I was just at home over Christmas time. We were up at Jen's for Christmas, which was lovely. It's the first time, barring like the odd occasion, where I've not had Christmas in my own home, which was a new thing to me. It felt very like adulting. But yeah, it was good fun. A lovely day. Andrew did a class dinner. I say Andrew and Jen, but mostly Andrew. Excellent Christmas dinner. It was excellent. Between Christmas and New Year, I moved into here. This is my flat in Leith. So yeah, I'm really happy here. It's been good. And I'm really close to my gym, which has been like the best thing. All my friends are at the gym, so, well, not all of them, but a lot of my friends are through at the gym. So it's really great to be able to just like pop along whenever I feel like it and go to all my classes. So it's been really good. I did a thing in January, or at least I was trying to do a thing in January. I did a lifeguard course. When I was 16, I was qualified as a lifeguard, but I never like did any lifeguard jobs, and then I let it slip, so I wasn't qualified anymore. But I've been looking for some like small part-time jobs just to get a little bit of extra cash in the door. So I did like a lifeguarding course with Edinburgh Uni. Unfortunately, I got sick on the last 2 days, pain in my chest, so I couldn't stretch, so I couldn't swim, which was rubbish. So yeah, I couldn't do my test. I'm still waiting for a test date. Hopefully I'll be able to do it on the 28th of May, at the end of May, and then I'll finally be qualified, having done my course in January. But yeah, that was like really good fun, and the group of people I did it with were hilarious as well. Like mostly like younger kids, 16, 17, 18-year-olds, and they were all hilarious. So yeah, that was a good old time. The other thing I did in January was start training again. I hadn't trained since the games, so that was August, September, October, November, December, so 5 months off. Yeah, actually didn't feel that weird when I went back to it. I figured it was going to be like super ropey, or you know, like rusty, but actually it was okay. I switched to a different suit. I had a toon suit made last year when I got my second Capapi suit. I had a toon suit made at the same time, so I thought I'd just try it this year, shooting it for a bit. There's no reasoning. Lots of people have asked me about my suits. There's no reasoning. I just felt like it, so I figured I would shoot in the toon suit for a while and see how it went. So yeah, like back at training, mostly doing air rifle. There wasn't a huge amount of time because I had quite a lot of uni stuff. I went down to Aldersley for one of the British Shooting Airgun series. I'd never been to Aldersley before, so that was quite cool. I shot reasonably well actually. I think, what was it, like 626 or something? And I thought for 5 months off and like 3 days training, I thought that was pretty decent. So I was happy with how that went. February took a bit of a turn for the worst, if I'm honest. Had an exciting start. I got a new job, working at the gym along the road at Primal, which has been great. Everybody there is so lovely, and I just like love the environment there. So that's fab. And then I got COVID. pretty badly, to be honest. Mike came up for training and we were supposed to train together for a few days before heading down to have a training camp again at Aldersley, and I caught COVID and gave it to him, so he sadly got stuck with me for 2 weeks. So I'm really sorry, Mike. He had to miss his training too. So yeah, we got stuck. We did watch all of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and we watched the entire MCU, and we managed to make it through that just before Mike left. So yeah, it was quite bad. Like, we were both pretty unwell. I was about 2 days before him on like almost everything symptom wise. I can't remember if he lost his taste, but I certainly did. I was eating something and was just like, wait, this doesn't really, it's not, it was just pasta, and I was kind of like, this doesn't taste like it, yeah, whatever. And then Mike had said something about, oh, this tastes good, and I was like, does it? So I had to go and test my theory, so I put some like straight garlic on my tongue and just couldn't taste it, and I was like, oh, absolutely devastated. I did learn how to make nachos when my taste came back though. Turns out I make boss nachos. Ask Mike, he'll tell you. But yeah, that was grim. I was particularly unwell. So I think I was testing positive for about 2 weeks, just less than 2 weeks. I had symptoms for about 5 days before I got tested positive. And then it was about 10 days to 2 weeks that I was testing positive. And I think it was another week or two after that until my chest symptoms fully went away. I had a pretty nasty cough. So it was like quite a while that I had it, but like seemed to be all better now. So because I had COVID, it meant that I couldn't go to Egypt for the first World Cup, which I was properly raging about, to be honest. I was like really upset not to be able to go. I'd been really looking forward to like going back. Like, I was going to be rusty anyway. I hadn't done a huge amount of training, but I was really excited to like be back and be back on the circuit and stuff. So yeah, I was really frustrated not to be able to go and do that. Sadly, I also injured my back. I'm not really sure what's happened, but I've had this back injury that I've been dealing with on and off. I think it first appeared sort of October, November time, and is sort of went away over Christmas and come back again. I've still got it. I'm still really sore. It was very bad after COVID, I think possibly with all the coughing and the just like lying about not doing anything. It was really bad. So that's kind of put a pin in training. So up until this point, I think again I have done maybe 3 days of 2-2 training and a little bit more air rifle. But yeah, we're at the end of February and I still haven't done very much training. It's not going well in February. March was a bit better. I did the Scottish Air Gun sort of mid-March that we do every year, just before my birthday. And like I shot, I think pretty pants actually, both days. I didn't shoot well at all, which was understandable, like a frustrating and annoying, but also understandable, like in context. I just had COVID, I still like couldn't really breathe, and my back was still like really sore. So try not to put too much stock in that. I had my birthday. We went to the restaurant we went to for my birthday just before COVID started back in 2020. We went to Kylo, the steak place in Edinburgh, as a family. Like, we all went, and then about I think that was the Sunday, and then on the Friday we went into lockdown back in it was 2020. And then this year, since everything had kind of lifted by then, we went to the same place and we were all there again. But yeah, it was nice to like kind of bookmark the pandemic, I guess. I realise it's not over, like I'm not trying to be glib about it, but certainly like a lot of the heavy restrictions and stuff had lifted. So yeah, it was just really nice with all that. I had my MRI at some point for my back. We were kind of wondering if it was my arthritis in my spine. I was pretty concerned about it, to be honest. I haven't had much problem with my arthritis for years, so I was quite worried if it was that's a turn for the worst. But the MRI was completely clear. There's nothing bony wrong with my spine, which is grand. Bit annoying because we still don't know what's wrong, but grand. And then also had the European Air Gun in Norway. That range was stunning. It was huge. I've never been in a range that big before, like maybe in a building that big before. It was enormous. And yeah, it was just like really nicely set up, really nicely laid out, like super clean and super just like, yeah, it was just like a really nice range to shoot in. I didn't shoot particularly well. Again, you can kind of understand why. so I'm trying not to be too harsh on myself about it. Some of it was okay. I had bits here and there that were fine, but yeah, just like not able to put a whole match together yet. And this leads us into April. Went down to the final of the British Shooting Airgun series that was again down in Aldersley. I shot okay, not amazing. We tried the new team formats as well, which was quite interesting. It was just like a fun weekend. I didn't shoot amazing, I don't think, but it is what it is, as Mike would say. So because I had COVID, I had to like move all of my assignments for uni. I got extensions on a lot of them, on all of them, which ended up getting bumped, and then because of my back injury, I just like couldn't do them. So I've like bumped them. So I ended up with all of my assignments due at the same time as my exams were starting. So just like a really busy time trying to study and do assignments and the exams, and fit a wee bit of training in here and there, which to be honest didn't happen in the end. It was super busy April, and the start of May up until now. Yeah, it's been a mad month. I did manage to go up to Aberdeen and do a swimming lesson with Miss Hannah Miley, which was awesome and like really, really helpful. I've been able to swim vaguely well for a while, obviously because I'm about to be a lifeguard, but like I've never really figured out that whole breathing technique properly, so I tend to swim with my face out of the water, which isn't particularly efficient and isn't very fast. So I've wanted to like learn how to swim properly for ages. So Hannah's got this arrangement where you can book in with her and go to this infinity pool up in Aberdeen at Total Endurance, and she'll give you a lesson. So I booked in with Hannah and we did that. We got some video analysis, and it was like really, really cool, really great. She gave me some really good tips. I've got the video analysis so I can watch back again. I haven't actually managed to do anything with it since then, just because of uni and everything, but certainly like I will go and practice. So yeah, thanks Hannah, it was really fab. Thank you for having me. Also went to a gig, which was pretty cool. Joe Bonamassa, blues guitarist. I think I've been to see him 3 or 4 times with my parents. They must have been like 20 odd times or something. But yeah, like awesome as usual. That was great. And then yeah, I've been in the exam bubble since then. And I finished yesterday, so I am very happy. Finished exams, all of my assignments are in, so I'm like finally like done. I still have a dissertation to do, and obviously like that's due in August, so I've still got some work to do. But yeah, I felt an immense amount of relief after I'd finished my last exam yesterday, that I didn't realise I was like stressing about. So yeah, it's really, really nice to be done, and for all of that stress to finally be over. I don't think it would have been as stressful if I hadn't had COVID and then had to move all my assignments, but is what it is. So yeah, that's a life update. I feel like that was very fast. I've got some other like projects and stuff coming up that I'd love to tell you guys about, but I think I'll leave that for another video. The next video you see will be a holiday vlog, which I'm so excited about. Holly and I are heading to LA for holiday in less than a week. I fly on Wednesday, so I'm super excited. We're definitely going to Disneyland, and some other things. So yeah, the next video you see will be a holiday vlog, and then hopefully I can get back into doing this a wee bit more consistently and showing you guys a bit more of my shooting, which I know a lot of you are that's why you're here. So if you're still here, thanks for sticking it out with me. I will get back to it. Yeah, I should be heading out to Baku just after my holiday. Unfortunately, I'm going to be missing the air rifle. I booked my holiday like last year before the schedule had come out for the competition, and the dates had been moved since I booked my holiday. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to miss the air rifle, which is a bit annoying, but you know, shit happens. But yeah, so again, missing the air rifle, but I'll be there for the 3P. And then it gets kind of busy again from there, I guess. Heading out to Changwon at some point. I'm going to the Danish Masters. And And as some of you may have seen on my socials yesterday, I will be going to the Commonwealth Games after all. Obviously I won't be competing, but I've been selected to be one of the Achieve mentors for the Achieve programme, which I'm super excited about. My brother-in-law did the Achieve programme. Andrew, he was one of the coaches on the Achieve programme in Glasgow, I think, for 2014. And my dad was on a similar programme for GB in 2008 for the Beijing Olympics. So I think it's a really good programme anyway. But yeah, I'm like really stoked to like have the opportunity to give back some of the experience that I've been given over the years. So yeah, stoked about that. Europeans and Worlds later on in the year. Yeah, gets a bit busy. Got to, I guess, do my dissertation at some point in there and graduate again, and yeah. But yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. I realise it's been kind of boring, but I guess I felt like I kind of needed to update you, I guess, before I kind of just launched back into doing videos. So yeah, thanks for listening. Hope you all have a lovely day. Bye!